Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, the 3rd of November, and today the girls have taken over.
Yeah, we've taken over.
I've got
Frank out today.
I've got Joe, and we've told Frank to go and have a rest. So, looking at it with nice recovery today, it's nice to see the market up. Clearly, the
thank goodness.
doom and gloom news hasn't been as hard hitting as everyone felt. So, moving on. We're going to start today with my usual scan that I do every day. So see how we go. 18 have come up today. That's not a bad number. Straight up, I really like the look of that stock. That looks great. Lots of support at $2.60. For some reason it's faded, but you've got another crack at it. What would be really nice if this was to come back to perhaps fill that gap there and then have another go. So it's worth putting on your watch list for sure. AST looks very good. How many out there? A bit out there, but it's $2.60 stock. BRI, no. Move on, no. GL1, what a perfect buy down here. Congrats if you got on that. It's now let's sit back and wait for another entry on this one. It's nice to see that it seems to be slowing down, low volume, OBV steadying off. If this can hang around this level for a while, we may see another entry come in. GLN, again, congrats if you got in on that break there. Same thing, waiting for another buy entry. Really like the look of this. This looks great. You've seen a dip, but that hasn't been significant. It's coming up, it's holding. I couldn't see anything wrong with getting into that now maybe, or just seeing if it moves sideways for a bit longer and get a really good strong buy signal. The longer it moves sideways, the stronger the next move will be. And that looks good too. How exciting. I like that one. That looks like it's broken today. It'd be good yesterday or today. I don't think it's moved too far away. It is a 75 cent stock. So, yeah, I'd having a bit of research, have a look into that one a bit more. This one your entry would have been yesterday. It has moved away. If it can, if you haven't got in yesterday, well done. If you didn't, I'd be looking for a sideways move. Again, you're waiting for your next entry. You've missed it, that's just move on. There's one thing I wanted to talk about today was hindsight and your emotions and just general feeling like you're missing out. Don't chase, we just try not to chase the stock. It's moved on, whatever. Keep looking. It sometimes can get you down, but there's always an opportunity. So if you see something like that, just keep watching it and see if there is another entry that you can get in. If not, keep looking and just move on. Don't get hung up on stocks that have moved too quick. This one is talking about that. This one we've been talking about every day almost. It's moved up. We're waiting for an entry. Now, we've obviously drawn that box because we're hoping it would go there, but I think we can very safely move that to here now. And it is moving sideways. It is doing what we're wanting it to do. This is dropping off a bit. Price is staying the same. If this can stay in this box for a little bit longer, I think we're going to get our second chance to get into this stock, into LTR. That's just doing everything right. So keep that in your watch list for sure. MNS, this is another one I'm talking about where it's made some big moves. It's already done a lot. Don't get sucked into FOMO. Don't chase it. Wait now. You're looking at an entrance of 55 cents. If it can move sideways, just sit back and wait. Gapped up, move on. PLS, and this again always keeps coming up, and I keep saying it's got a bit of work to do, and it's doing it. It's doing the work required to bring it up, and this is a really great move up. It's not quick, it's not gappy, it's a good solid, it's moving up, a nice solid move. So I'd be putting this in my watch list. To be conservative, I probably would want a break of 250, but this is moving sideways. I really can't see anything wrong with perhaps getting in a bit sooner.
I'll see the 5 year on that one.
Sure. It's had a big move. It's got this to me looks like a nice solid sideways move. This sort of lets it down a little bit, sort of a fairly big box. If you're going to do that, it's quite big. But it's a good sideways move. So PLS is definitely sort of starting to sort of prick some, to find some interest in this stock. PPS gapped up, whatever. Wait for another entry. And SWM, okay, so there's a big box drawn around here. Same thing, we're just waiting for a break of that stock. Big move, if it can move sideways. This is always, after a big move, you do want to see sideways move before the next move up. So that's that scan. There's a few there to look at. Now, because Frank's not here, or we've kicked him out, I'm going to try a different scan here. So what we're doing, back into patterns and events. This time we're going to look for 13 days. So it's going to be a bit of a shorter one, breakup of the close. We want to see increasing volume for 4 days. I'm now going to tick this box. This is a trend channel indicator. We're wanting it to break up, and I'll explain that when that comes in. OBV 21% 3 days, volume 300 previous 1 day. So the extra box I've ticked in is TCI, and I've made that 13 instead of 21. And I am going to change now the price range. So instead of 50 cents, I want to go into the gutter a little bit more. So we're going to go to 0.1 and we're just going to go to 15 cents. All right, so a bit more in the gutter. And I'm going to ignore results of less than $50,000 rather than 250, and 500,000, not a million. It's too many zeros. Get confused. There we go. So let's see how we go with this one. Okay, we've got 57. So we'll try and get through these as quick as we can. Nope. Nope. Oh, that was a big move. Pulled back a bit. Yeah, we move on. ASN, interesting, keeping an eye on it. Break of perhaps 12 cents. Put it in your watch list. No. Oh, that looks so good on that break. It broke. It's pulled back. Don't know what I do with that now. Let it go. Let that one go. No, that hasn't traded since December. No. 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 And I'm saying no. If you have questions why, just let me know. That was FTT. Its traded names have now started trading again in 3 days, so probably a bit early. Keep an eye on it though. Oh, that looks good. Okay, I like EFE. That's looking great. This is starting to move up. No volume, bit of a tick in OBV. You know, you could look at a break of 6 on that. That looks great. I like EFE. That's the option. That hasn't traded since October. Big move today. Let it go. Start singing Elsa. Now, this is the trend channel indicator. I think Frank has touched on this before. So what this does is it's looking for the trend, and this is a sideways move, and you've had a change. It's had a breakout of the trend channel. That's what I was looking for, the TCI breakup, anything that's broken up out of a trend channel indicator. That's clearly done too much, so we'll move on. FFR, interesting, not getting too excited. I think there's a bit here. I'd probably be looking at a break of 12.5 cents on that one. No, I did remember reading a lot of stuff about FNTs breaking out yesterday, but I'm not finding that. That's pretty iffy, wishy-washy, not a lot of strength there. That's an interesting one. I don't mind that. Probably a break of 5 cents. This is all looking fairly good right now. I think there's going to be a bit of work to do, but I'd be probably looking at a break of 5 cents. Give hasn't traded today. Interesting. I've seen better though. HTA, that looks decent. I think you've got the big 15 looming ahead. If it can, again, I like this whole moving sideways and then a breakthrough. I'm always finding reasons not to buy stock. I'm also looking at what you're risking. Your risk is sort of fairly big. It's probably down here for not much. You'll have 15 is a resistance. I always want in my favour. So on these ones, I just want to wait to see what it does. It has broken out, but it has left a gap. So I will wait to see what that does. No. KRM, I do like that. That's a good solid move. I'd expect it to pull back a little bit. So keep an eye on that one. Doesn't look too bad. No. LIO, again, this has a big move. It's moving sideways. I'd be watching this one. This looks pretty good. And this is moving up. I do like the look of this stock. And you could argue the same with this one. This one looks pretty good as well. It's a strong move. I'd want to see the depth on it, but there's plenty going through. So, yeah, I keep an eye on that one. LMG, that looks pretty good to get into. That's the option. This has moved fairly strong. It's broken 3.5. This looks all good. Can't argue. Probably your break was on here today. It did gap up a bit. So I'd put that in your watch list. Keep an eye on it. No. Done a big move already. Again, it comes down to the psychology and FOMO. It's just moved a lot. If you weren't on it, then just wait. Same with that one. Too bad, so sad. If you weren't on it, no. Yeah, hasn't traded since March. This one again, not in it. Too bad. Keep an eye on it. No. TYM did a big move yesterday, moving sideways, nice. Again, moving sideways, wait for your entry. If you weren't on that, you need to wait. You need to wait for your next entry. Just to again, putting all the odds in your favour to confirm that it is going to continue going up. That is the idea of it. You want to be buying stocks that are moving up. So you always want to have that confirmation that it's going to keep going. So very quickly, oh, hang on, I haven't finished yet. Still going. TYM, that's another TCI, so it has broken out. BR1, that big move. Wait. If you weren't already on it, that doesn't look interesting. I know Frank removed that from his stock watch list the other day, and I don't blame him. And that hasn't traded since September. So there we go. Very quickly, there's a few there to look at. Any questions, Joe?
No, it's interesting. A lot more scans coming up today. It's a much more interesting day than what we've had.
Yes. A bit more exciting, a bit to look at. So there you go. There's another scan to test out and try. But anyway, yeah, have a great day. Hope the market holds up. Talk to you all tomorrow.